What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Starting a Sports Card Business from Scratch, the weekly video series where I kind of go over like a super detailed look on how my sports card business is growing, what I'm doing to run it, how it's changing, my strategies, and everything in between. If you are returning, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I hope you are enjoying the series. And if you are new here, we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Subscribing would mean the world to me, and I'm sure you're gonna fall in love with this channel, especially if you like sports card content, business content, anything like that. This is the channel for you. So let's not waste any more time. Let's waste a little bit more time, actually. Follow me on Instagram, all my socials, links in the description. So now let's not waste any more time and get right into the video. Peace, hope you enjoy. All right, so it was just spring break for me. So I was out of town for the last 10 days. So we have a lot to catch up on. Got 3 things to go over. First off is a mail day that came in just before I left, just one lot that I wasn't able to film before I left. Number 2 is a ton of sales. I was gone for 10 days. I was anticipating 8 to 10 eBay sales because I feel like it slows down when you're away, but we crushed that. I think we had like 14, something like that. So crushed that, really good there. And then I want to talk about how my buying strategy continues to adjust, because this isn't a perfect science, transitioning to the eBay business. So I kind of want to tell you where my head's at and where I'm focusing towards and why. So let's get right into that. All right, first up, the lot that came in 4 cards. I think I was in them for 150. Don't remember, I updated the spreadsheet before I left, but I'm pretty sure 150. So Chris Long auto, that was a cheap one. LeBron Metropolis case hit. Gonna look to grade that, hopefully. Travis Etienne, PSA 10. Another cheap PSA 10. And this was the main card of the lot. This Caleb Williams Fluidity PSA 10. It's a really cool card. I think we have some good room there. Hopefully we can grade that LeBron. And yeah, so let's get on to the monstrosity of sales. Not monstrosity, the abundance of sales. That's a better word. Okay, so now on to the sales. Turns out it was 16, so better than I thought. And yeah, I'm gonna go over every single one and tell you roughly how we did, because I haven't expensed it yet, so it's kind of an estimate. So this Desmond Bain was part of a lot that I've already fully expensed. So I believe I sold it for 8. That'll be all profit, which is solid. Sorber sold it for, I believe, $5. We'll probably net 4. I'm gonna expense this as a break even to bring down the cost of the other cards I bought in that lot. This Chuba Hubbard in for 3, sold it for 8, I believe, as well. So will be a nice double up there. And the bigger ones will be at the end. John Morant, same lot as the Desmond Bain, so no cost, sold it for 5, so straight profit. JSN in for 10, sold it for $16.50, about a $5 profit after shipping. Cam Ward in for 15, out for 20. We'll probably make like $2 after fees. Bub Carrington in for 10 as well, I believe, out for 15, so another small few dollar profit. This LeBron in for 20, out for 30, probably make $5 here. But think about the margin here. The margin on all this stuff is really good. VJ Fanatical in for 55, or in for 45, out for 55. After fees will be a small marginal profit, basically a break even, which is okay because I intended to grade it and I deemed it probably would get a 9, so breaking even on that is cool. Jason Tatum in for 90, out for 110. After fees will net about 95-ish. Similar scenario to the VJ, so the fact that we're able to profit on these candidates that I don't deem grade ready is good. And I'll talk about that more in the next clip. Devin Carter, part of the same lot. I bought the Bane and the Jaw. Sold it for 10 or 12, something like that. All profit though. So whatever I net will all be profit. Chad Johnson in for about 125, sold it on eBay for 140. I think it was the most I was gonna get out of it. After fees, it's like a $5 loss. But again, a big sale, that's good for the cash flow. And I think it was the most I would have gotten out of it. Grottle, break even in the spreadsheet, sold for 95. Almost fully expensed the cost of grading of that submission. Donovan Mitchell in for 70, out for 85. Will net, how much will I net? Probably about like 73-ish. So small profit there, not great. These 2 are bangers. The last 2 are bangers, and these are the last 2. This Messi, last sale was 200, but there were listings at like 120 and 130. So I'm like, well, how did this sell for 200? It doesn't make sense. So I just threw it up on eBay for $175, didn't expect much. And literally within 2 days, it sold for 175, and I'm in it for 120. Will net end up being about a $25, $30 profit. And finally, best sale, this Kobe, in it for 125, listed on eBay for 300, got an offer at 245, accepted immediately, so probably net about 210, big time profit, probably like $85 profit. And yeah, I mean, for being out of town, getting 16 eBay sales is amazing, and it kind of tells me that I can buy more. I can just keep on buying. I don't need to slow down, maybe a little bit, but who knows? I mean, again, like I said in the last video, I'm addicted and I love this. It's just a lot of fun. So yeah, but I'm being responsibly buying, of course. All right, so now I kind of want to talk about how my buying strategy continues to change and continues to adjust to my new goals and systems and stuff like that. So I did touch on this about 2 weeks ago, but even since then it's evolved, it's changed. And why? Why has it changed so soon? Because I'm learning as I go. I'm new to this. I'm learning as I go. There's no real handbook manual. And I'm hoping that me making these videos can kind of help you guys so you go through, an easier time or an easier thing that I'm doing. So yeah, so that's why it continues to change. And, I'm trying to optimize, find out what's best and stuff like that. So let me tell you guys now how it's changed. So previously, buying everything for the intention of eBay, whether it's raw, graded, etc., just with no thought in mind besides buy for eBay. Also previously, I was anticipating a 10% margin per card. So how it's changed, part one is now the margin has become variable per price range. And what I mean by that is like on a cheap card, let's say eBay standard envelope, so $20 or less, instead of shooting for 10%, I'm looking for a higher margin there because 10% on a $10 sale is $1 profit, which, okay, cool, 10%, but $1 profit isn't gonna help you in the long term unless you're selling hundreds of cards or even thousands of cards. So instead of 10% for those value bin type cards, the margin would be looking for like 30 plus percent, roughly. These are all like rough estimates, I'd say, nothing's set in stone. But the point is cheap cards looking for higher margin, and those can be raw or graded. Then for like mid-end type cards, let's say the $20 to $100 range, I think 10% is still a solid margin there, but I'm gonna focus more on slabs. Everything I buy raw from now on, not everything, let's say about 80%. 80% of what I buy raw from now on, that is above $20, I'm buying with the intention of hopefully grading. So raw to grade has been something I preached when I started. I'd kind of strayed away from because I had gotten busy, kind of forgot about it, whatever. But as I'm transitioning into this full-on eBay business, I need to focus on it a lot more because at the end of the day, it is the best way to build a margin. And if I can get eventually weekly submissions in, then I can get weekly cards in from PSA at some point in time, which would be just incredible for the business. So that's how I'm shifting now. So now the raw is mostly with the intention of grading, and the slabs, every slab I buy will just be, standard eBay flip to where 10% margin, hopefully maybe more. And then for cards that are more expensive, let's say like 150 plus. Again, this number is not set in stone, but just for example's sake, anything $100 plus, we can lower the goal margin, which will allow us to pay slightly stronger. And at the end of the day, I end up usually making more than 10% anyway. So it'll just allow us to get more cards in. I don't know if I need to tweak that too much because I've been able to get a good amount of cards in and make some good sales. So we'll see on that front. But the big changes are raw to grade everything, or like 80% of raw cards, and higher margins on the value bin type stuff. All right, I got one business thing to talk about now. So I just finally, and I should have done this a long time ago, and I recommend if you guys have not done this, you do this ASAP. I finally opened a separate bank account for my card business. Why do you do this? Taxes. It makes taxes so much easier because it's so much easier to track all your expenses, all your gains, all your losses, cash in, cash out, etc. And why am I telling you guys this? Well, one, just to let you know that if you haven't done it, you definitely should. And two, to talk about my cash flow. I want to segment into my cash flow because that's been, it's always a hot topic with me. But my cash flow right now is about net zero, but I have $1,100 of inventory coming in. It's in route. So at the end of the day, it could be, let's say plus some sales, like minus 800. And again, that doesn't sound great, but with my business bank account, I gave myself, my allowance for my business, like total. So I put $3,000 in this account as the initial balance, and that's kind of all the cash for my business. So every inflow, every outflow will be based off of that. And so my cash flow, my net cash flow kind of has a true floor now. So we have a built-in buffer. So even though it might look not great on the income statement now or the cash flow statement, it's now based off of that buffer. So there is a metric behind it. So it's less of a face value thing. And I'm also going to be allocating a monthly allowance for grading. I don't know what that budget is yet. I'll figure it out. I'll do the math. I'll look at my past submissions, and it'll probably vary by month depending on how we're doing. I'd need to do that, allocate a monthly budget for grading, so I definitely get submissions out per month. And yeah, that was holy yap fest between the last two clips, but I think it's important and I think it's valuable information. All right, so before I wrap up the video, I had one really nice sale I want to talk about. I know this was kind of a little bit of a weird paced video. I was just getting back into town, so I had a lot of stuff to catch up with you guys on. And yeah, but so next week we'll be back to a normal pace. So here's the sale, CD Lamb, Dragon Scale at a 67. We sold it for $130 on eBay. This is, I'm so happy about this sale. I'm not gonna lie. I bought this card for, I believe, like 95. I paid over pretty much all the comps. I paid way too strong on it. I definitely did, regardless of what I sold it for and what the result was. The process wasn't right. I paid too strong. I did not think I was gonna make money on this. I just woke up this morning with the buy it now being hit at 130, and which is just phenomenal. So I'm so happy about that. Gonna make a $15 profit here, above our margin. Held on to it for a little bit, but I guess this is proof that quality inventory that someone will want will sell if it's reasonably priced, of course. And even though I was above, pretty much all the sales, I was the cheapest listing, and the rest were like pretty unreasonable. So if you're reasonably priced and it's a quality card, you might have to sit on it for a bit, but it will move at some point. Maybe not at the full buy it now, but at a good price. So I'm really, really, really happy about this sale. And it's a cool card, and it was one that I did not think I was gonna, make money on, or I thought it would have taken a really long time. And every offer I got on this card that was not on eBay was like 85 bucks, 80 bucks. So maximized value, phenomenal. I'm just extremely happy about it. All right, so wrapping up the week, here is where the financials are at. Our net revenue is at about 22,000, so not even slowly, we're chugging along really well. Net income, we crossed 4K, we're at about 4,100 now, and net cash flow is up to positive $100. Now, some things to take into consideration here. A ton of mail coming in that I haven't put in the spreadsheet yet, so that'll go down pretty soon. And we have $600 of a PSA submission out, with $350 of that being grading cost and $250 of that being what I bought on the cards. But when that comes in, assuming it's a decent submission, that's another like $1,000 of cards that I don't need to put into the spreadsheet. They're already in there that I'm just getting in. So if we, and granted, I have another PSA submission looming, but if we continue this cycle and we continue to get PSA submissions out, we are gonna be cooking in a few months. Like, I think we're cooking now, but we're gonna be like chefing up in a few months. It might've been corny, but I don't really care. Things are looking good. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Peace.